strengthening safety practices and compliance of frameworks across the industry. I call upon Rajnikant Lab sir to start up with a session of elevator accident, root causes and corrective measures. Please give a round of applause for Rajnikant Lab for his session.
First session was only educating one just to have textbook knowledge and other things. But here is a practical one, you will find it more interesting. Now today we will study the elevator accidents, the causes behind the accidents and the corrective actions or measures what we have to or need to do it. Now as such, elevator has got enough safeties. There is no further provision or I can say there is no possibility of adding any more safeties to things. But still we find accidents. The safeties what is there in the elevator, just briefly here, is the door locks, mechanical and electrical locking, then limit switches, overload that we studied, then door sensor that also we see in the first session, and over-speed governor and buffer. These are all important safeties available in the elevator, and still we find accidents, fatal accidents. I am working in the mind of having zero death in elevator accidents. My aim is to have zero death in elevator accidents. You can have elevator accident, but no death in the elevator accident. That is my motto. I am working with that only, and I audited more than thousands of elevators throughout my career. So, what could be the reason for the failure, or not failure, for the fatal accidents? Equipment failure, either maybe some equipment failure, some door lock failure, or some cabin failure, rope failure, or some pulley failure, or quality of the product. The product used is not of proper quality, required specification, or service deficiency. The services are not proper, or services are not provided properly. Now, for all these, whom should we blame? Elevator companies providing wrong product, or users who are not aware of the safety provisions, rescue provisions, or the government authority who is not monitoring, controlling, auditing, supervising, and punishing the right persons. So these are the three fields we are going to study. Reason for accidents, right? Accidents can be assigned to mainly three reasons. One is equipment failure, then technicians negligence, then users negligence. Equipment failure, it all depends upon the company, how rigid, how proper, how perfect things are made, supplied and installed. Technicians negligence, we see, and then the users negligence also we see. Equipment failure, that is because of either wrong design or quality compromise or workmanship during installation or maintenance issue. If it is not properly maintained, you can also have failures. Now see this thing. Now what do you call it? Is a manufacturing defect, installation defect, or service defect? All equipments are proper, all things are proper, still the things, cabin has gone to the top and hit the slab. It's because of clearances problem. The bottom clearances and top clearances. So if the clearance is not as per the requirement, the cabin can go up and hit the place. Technician's negligence. Now, what are the possibilities for the technician negligence? Either careless approach, चलता है approach, अपने को क्या करना है, yes, और workload. In an unorganized companies, the workload is more for the technicians and they are not able to handle the situation or number of lifts or number of breakdowns properly. And then they compromise or they do some small arrangement or temporary arrangement and then they go away. Or no proper tool or manpower. They don't have the proper tools, they are not able to work with their tools, and there is no proper manpower, or 1 man or 2 men are working with the heavy things also. Then spares concern. Spares concern is also a very common thing, and if not maintained properly, you can have failures. Incompetent hand. How we'll say that, how we'll know that he's an incompetent. So if you know all these rules, know all these audit procedures, all functions of the equipments, all tolerances, then you can be considered as a competent person for the elevator. Now see, this is a rope where the one strand is missing. Now, if that strand is missing, then whom should we blame? Rope supplier or elevator supplier or installation person or service person? See, breaking of wire rope or strand is not a one-day job, and it is visible. If you are not going to the machine room, you are not checking it, then this can happen. So it is purely negligence of the service technician. Now, this is an accident where is a great negligence of the user and service provider. The lift pulley, that counterweight pulley, there is a pulley on the counterweight. That counterweight pulley was not properly oiled, and the oil was greasing was not done to the bearing pulley during. The bearing dried out, and then it started bearing one spreading and all. Even after the bearing was worn out, and then again the shaft was also started moving at its place. That also made the supporting bracket to widen, and then the pulley after some time came out of the frame. With the pulley coming out of the frame, the rope got loose and the cabin was free. So cabin came down and the person operating the lift was died. And one more person was there, he was injured. So this is not a one-day job. Cutting of bearing, then bracket hole, and then coming out of the pulley is not a one-day or instantaneous job. It is a long job, maybe one month or 2 months or more than that. That means the technician has not done his work properly, or the owner or the maintenance people has not checked the maintenance properly, timely. So now who should we blame? And this has happened with a very big organized company who has got thousands of people working, full maintenance staff, GM, everything is there, and then still nothing is happening. Now this is again a multinational company site where the wire rope, one strand has come out and then got accumulated at the end. So this is again not one day job, and it is again negligence of service technicians. Now, users negligence. User negligence can be because he don't know what are the safeties available, what is to be done in case of failure, what is to be done in the trap conditions, that can create problem. Or wrong approach of the user. In case of trap condition, if you apply a wrong approach, then there can be a problem. and no service contact. There are the people, societies or users who doesn't go for the service contact and they just simply pay one time the amount whenever the lift is under breakdown. They call some technician from the outside, pay 100,000 rupees and then get the thing done. So this is not advisable. Wrong approach. I will tell you my experience of my own society. One day I was coming from outside. I came to a building, entered inside, parked my car, and saw that huge crowd is there in the lift lobby, near the lift lobby. I went inside, saw the things. Two kids were trapped inside the elevator, and the parents and the other people were trying to take out them. Now, what did they do? They bring out one bamboo or big rod. They put inside beside the door panel and then try to create a space from the door panel, spread the door panels, and then try to communicate, console, and then provide some water bottle or some biscuit and all this. When I come and see, I said this is not the correct thing. Because when you put something in the door panel, you spread the door panel, the door lock key will not be able to operate. The door key, if you put the door key, the lock will not get open because the lock has got very small space. So because of that spread, the door will not able to open. I said you remove that bamboo, the bamboo was removed, door lock was open, then people were very comfortable. So that way, wrong approach also makes difference. There are the people, I think one accident in the Powai also, one kid, they were going to the swimming pool and while going, he just forgot his swimming kits and other things. Then he came back again. While coming back, he took the things, but the lift doesn't work, and then it means it just stopped in between the floor. He tried to jump, and then while jumping, his body. See, the jumping also is very difficult thing. Or when the person tries to come out of the floor, of the cabin, in case of air condition, first thing is he is totally worried, so he tries to come out anyhow. Now what he will do, if someone is there, what he will do, he will try to come out. First he will take out his legs, he will try to touch the floor. Once he gets that touch the floor, he gets comfortable. Now this means I am safe now. Now, in that case, he will lose his support, try to lose his support to the body, and then try to come out. In that case, the balance of the body is inside. When you touch the things and then you coming out, your balance is like this inside. So you are not coming like this. And because of that, he got inside the liquid and then died. So that is again wrong approach. See how the things are done. Rescue operation. It's a wrong rescue operation. Say fire people or maybe some technicians, they are trying to open the things. The right way is to switch off the machine, control supply, then open the brakes and then take the elevator to the floor and then take out the things. The fire people, they do generally all these things only. Whenever they are called in a trap pit situation, their first priority is to take out the trap passenger. And in that case, they break open the thing and then try to remove it. I'm working with the fire brigade department in Bombay and planning to have some rescue group where in case of fire, the call goes to the, in case of accident, not fire, in case of accident, the call goes to the fire department. Now, fire department tries to reach as early as possible, but practically it takes 30 minutes or even more than that. That 30 minutes is very crucial. The person who is trapped, he tries all his best and then use all his methods to come out. And then the outside people also tries to help him to take it out. Then they make mistakes and then the things happens. So what we are planning is, I'm in a very progressive stage in that. With the fire department, we are planning to have list of all the people working in a particular place. Like I'm in Thane, so we are trying to have all service technicians, or for that matter, all elevator technicians, either residing or practically working or posted in that area, to have their number, and then numbers will be given to the fire department. Fire department will have a WhatsApp group of all that people. So in case there is a call of trap situation to the fire department, they will immediately send that message on that group. So whosoever is working in the vicinity, say if X building is there and the other Y building is there, irrespective of the company, if the lift is of say Otis company for example, and only people are working in the next building, so practically in the present days no one goes to the other lift, right? But if we have a system through the government, through the fire department, that broadcast group will send a message, the person will get the message, and if it is, he says the accident is there in the next building only, he will immediately rush and then try to remove the things. Because he is a technical person, he is a lift industry person, he knows how to remove the person. So he will remove the person or at least console the person. So that way we can reduce the death because of the accident. This is the greatest step I am doing to achieve my aim of zero accident, zero death in elevator accident. It is in an advanced stage. Now only thing is I have to get the consent from all the companies. They are ready to coordinate in that matter or not. Because if X company is there, he will be happy that Y company is having some accident in the lift because of their marketing. Falling into a lift shaft. A person can fall into a lift shaft if he and only if the door is open and the lift is not there. This is very common thing. I'll share one or two examples. A school principal will definitely will be a graduate or maybe more than that education. A graduate person, school principal in Bandra school. He came out of his cabin during lunchtime. The lift was just opposite his cabin. So he came out of his cabin, reading newspaper and went in straight and then gone into the lift shaft. So unfortunately the lift was not there and this gentleman was reading his newspaper. So now what is to be done and who is to be blamed? First is the principal because he did not care for himself. Second is the lift company because the door was open and the lift was not there. So again the lift company also service technician is to be blamed. Similarly, there was an accident with a doctor. See, one is a school principal. Now the other example is a doctor. They are all qualified people, educated people, experienced people. The doctor was to attend one patient in a building, maybe Nala or Bandra or somewhere. He went to the building, parked his car, went to the lift shaft, and then tried to go inside. He went inside because the lift was not there. So if doctor while entering, he doesn't ensure that the lift is not there, lift is there or not, then here also we should bring this doctor also. There are a lot of accidents because of negligence, careless approach. Now the question is, how can the landing door become open in the absence of lift? If lift is not there and the door is open, then it is you and me who is responsible. And we are from the industry, we are purely responsible. The reason could be lock shot, control failure, or lock failure. So during every maintenance, we have to check all the locks seriously as if you are traveling in an elevator and your life is involved. Don't think if it's my duty, I have to work here for 9 to 10, 9 to 5, and then do whatever is instructed by the company. Nothing like that. You have to make it serious. Be honest to the work. Injuries during door closing. Now reason could be door sensor is not working or control failure. Lock setting is not proper, leads to a more gap between the door panel and the ground bottom level. So these are the reasons for the failure or cause of the accident. Now, accidents during rescue operations. One accident I explained you when the lift is stuck up and tried boy tries to come out, he jumped inside and then went to the pit. So this mainly when the lift is stuck up in between the floor, the halfway, say the door height is 2 meter and if it is 1 meter, lift is stuck up between say 1 meter, then this possibility is more. If the lift is stuck up just before approaching the floor, then also is possible. But for that now that apron, door apron we studied in earlier session, door apron is there, so that apron covers the gaps. There is less possibility of person falling into lift. Lift stuck up in between the floor. This is a very different hard condition when the lift is there in between the floor. So even if you open the car door, you don't see anything outside. It's only a front wall. So that is a very difficult thing. In that case, you have to simply take the elevator to the nearest floor and then come out. Free fall of the elevator. Free fall also, the accidents in such. You must have seen or read in the newspaper. Lift गिरा 25 माले से fall from last 30th floor or something, and then people got injured and all that. Rope broken, lift fall. There is no chance of all lifts rope getting broken and fall of elevator because of the ropes breaking. See, there are minimum 3 ropes, and then because maybe for the low daring speed, the rope may increase from 3 to 4 to 5 or 6 also. And breaking of all ropes at a time is impossible, next to impossible, you can say. The lift rope has got a load capacity or factor of safety of 8, which it can take up 8 times of the load. Now, if suppose 3 ropes are there, so at least one rope only, 2 ropes are broken, 1 rope is there, still it can handle the load. So there is no chance of all ropes getting broken and then coming down. Even if all ropes are broken, it is practically impossible. Even if all ropes are broken, there is a speed governor which can act and stop it. Brake failure, that is also possible. If the brakes are failed, the lifts can go or down, up or down, depending on the load condition. Rope breakage, we missed first point. Rope slippage, groove or not. Now, the lift can come down freely. Freely means without electrical control because of the slippage. So for that, I explained you how to check the slippage in the lift. You run the lift, mark the rope position and pulley condition, and then run the elevator 3-4 times up and down, and check the shift in the rope position. Rope breakage, feedback circuit, and we have tried another the feedback circuit is there. If that circuit is open or some issue is there with that circuit, then leak can get that there is a low speed and then get maximum power, run the full speed or more than that. Now, important observations. I think earlier we discussed about brake release system also. Every company has got different type of brake release system. So the people who are going to rescue, they must know what system is there and how it is to be used. uniform door operating locking system. Door locking or delocking also has a key arrangement, but that key arrangement is also different for the different companies. So one should know what type of key is there, at least for your building, because you are going to rescue or you are going to support the people when the things are in your building. So you must know what is the delocking key, how it is to be operated. I am studying the elevator exchange happening from last say 7 to 8 years, so that we can come out with some concrete solutions, suggestions, changes in the lift rules and all that. Now here is the exchange of last year. Last year, these are all recorded, there may be unrecorded also, but what are the things which has come into the newspaper or in news or somewhere. So these are all recorded exchanges. There are total 10 deaths in a door issue. The maximum death is from the door issue. Door issue means either the door is open or people are trying to open the door and then getting inside. So that way the maximum accidents are there, or not accidents but deaths are there because of the door issue. So you have to take care of this issue, then you can control at least maximum issues, accidents, deaths on the door. This again, analysis of the free fall and door issue. They have a maximum, but in that case, deaths are more in the door with the door issue. In case of free fall, the injuries are more, but the deaths are less. So that way, the door issue is more serious for us. We have to study that in detail, the reason behind it, and then how it can control the things. Now, for concluding, let's put some questions before ourselves. If a person falls into a leak pit, who is responsible? Like we see the doctor falling into a leak pit, or the principal falling into a leak pit. It is, first is the doctor, but I will say first is the technician. You will see the news and then TV news or radio, newspaper articles that the person fall into a leak pit. But why a person who called the company, but the company's name will not be there in the news. They will say, yes, one person fall into a leak, but we have to catch hold of that person, the company. Because it's a mistake of that company or that particular technician who kept the door open or the door lock bypass or something like that. Then, if one gets injured during door closing operation, who is responsible? Now, if the person gets injured when the door is getting closed, now who is responsible? He himself is responsible because he is not aware. But I will say it is the technician or the company who is responsible. Reason? Because he has not trained the users. If you are having a lift in a society, your duty is to have a regular safety training for the users. They must know what is to be done, what is not to be done. So you have to have frequent training, at least twice in a year. If passenger trap gets injured during rescue operation, here also, the person who is trying to come out or trying to release him is responsible? No, it is you, technicians. Elevator technicians are responsible. So take the blame on us and then try to improve it and then try to reduce the accidents. If there is any injury during the free fall, who is responsible? If the free fall is there and someone gets injured, okay, if someone is having some issue with his health and he is injured, you can consider. Some person dies because he is a heart patient, BP patient. So that is a different thing. But in general, you have to educate the person what is to be done in case of free fall. As such, free fall is not there. It's only missing the calls and then going to the last floor, top floor or bottom floor. So that way you have to educate the customer and then explain them what is to be done in case of such happening. There are the things you have to hold guide this one, handrails, so that you are firm, you are not you do not get injured. Or if the space is there, the cabin is free, only one or two person, you can lay down on the cabin and have privacy. What's it? One out of box thinking. There are some suggestions. Coordination with fire department during emergency, use of mobile network. You can have mobile network of all the technicians, that is what I explained to the group. Then creating a health group, or you can have a health group of the people, live people in your area, so they can help in case of any problem. Or allow technicians, other technicians to attend to such emergency in respect of the company. I've seen during COVID period, there was an accident, someone trapped in the Pune lift. But the technician of that company was not available, and police has issued some certain passes for emergency services. So other company person, technical fellow was having that pass. He was caught and he has removed the things, and then government has awarded him also. So it's a good thing, but it should be followed everywhere. Creating emergency helpline, rescue volunteers from the industry. Industry can take a lead, create volunteers and help a people. You can have like big companies, multinational companies, they can create them. They can volunteer their people, and anyone having such trap situation conditions, they can go and remove the person. Or online rescue support by the service provider. The service provider can have online instructions. So if you call to the company, they will say you do this, and then take out the person. So that also is possible. Now, follow all these safety things, have safe travel and enjoy your life. Life is very precious for everyone. Anything regarding safety, accidents, I will say all the accidents are because of our negligence.
Thank you, Mr. Rajnikant, for that highly insightful and impactful session. Your detailed explanation of elevator inspection and audit procedures, along with the clarity you brought to compliance requirements on ground challenges and accident root causes, has given all of us a deeper understanding of the responsibilities involved in ensuring elevator safety. The practical perspectives you shared will undoubtedly help elevator professionals, inspectors, and safety stakeholders strengthen their approach towards audit, compliance, and preventive measures. On behalf of Smart Lift and Mobility World and our training partner BSVT, Royal School of Vertical Transportation, we sincerely thank you for sharing your valuable knowledge and experience with us today. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me once again in giving Mr. Rajnikant a round of applause.